Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday. It's April 19th. Going to get started with the before market close market update and take a request. If anybody does have any requests, as always, just let me know inside of the thread in the Slack community. All right, so we'll take a look at the crypto space. And then there was some news out today as well from a congressman, and MJ will discuss that here, predicting last year that we see, last 420 that we see Schedule 1. I agree. But Bitcoin halving countdown now 6 hours away. And again, for those unfamiliar, essentially it's going to cut the reward in half. Each time a miner solves the block, the amount of Bitcoin will be slashed in half, right? And then, yeah, MJ Biz Daily, this is the last time we see 420 with MJ as Schedule 1, Congressman predicts, and I would have to agree. I do think that at some point in the next few months we should get it, but more than likely going to get enacted where it actually gets rescheduled and then 280E goes away. That'll probably be the end of 2024, if not beginning of 2025, in my opinion. But taking a look at the crypto space here at the moment, we were in 15-minute downtrends, but we're looking to change that trend now. A bit of an inverse head and shoulders here on the 15-minute time frame on Bitcoin, showing that we could potentially be seeing a reversal here. Looking for a 15-minute higher low here on this right shoulder of the IHS. And XRP already in a 15-minute uptrend. We've got Algo in a nice 15-minute uptrend as well. We're basically just flat equilibrium here on XLM, low, high, higher, low, lower, high, higher, low, tightening up. So Bitcoin on the daily time frame, we did break the high of yesterday, still in a daily downtrend with a lower high, lower low pattern. We already had the EMA 12 and 26 bear cross though on the daily time frame, which I mentioned on SPY was the first time since September, and that was the first time since January on Bitcoin. On the weekly time frame, we did backtest the weekly EMA 12. And we're holding it. So I said in my previous video, as long as we hold that, we're looking at this week, we're looking at a potential weekly bull flag. So in order to confirm this weekly bull flag, we need to break the all-time high at 73,757 and then take your measured move from the low to the high, move it out to your 0.32 fib, and it's saying about 113K. So we have Zilliqa, Filecoin, and EOS leading the bull list today. On the bear list, we have Hex, Quant, and AMP. So SPY dipping below where we would want to see it. So let's just get rid of this here. I mentioned we want to hold EMA 12 at this point on the weekly time frame as well to remain a weekly bull flag. And you can see here we're now at the 0.5% retracement. So 50% retracement of that move, which means anything under the 0.32 fib or 38%, a little over 38%, you're looking at a potential bullish continuation pattern. But since we lost 500, it's looking like we could potentially be seeing a type of equilibrium. But we need to change the daily trend back to the bulls ASAP to mark our weekly higher low. But we're still in a weekly uptrend as long as we maintain 465 support. And at this point, we'll be looking for a potential monthly bull flag. So weekly bull flag no longer to be expected. We had our weekly bull flag before at 521, or sorry, yeah, that was at 521. So it's not surprising to see us not confirm another weekly bull flag because we just confirmed a weekly bull flag from 466 or 465 all the way up to 521, right? So now I think the most likely scenario is we see a potential monthly bull flag, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to get as high as this measured move predicts. Well, it also hasn't been confirmed yet. So essentially we need to hold 480. If we hold, or 479, I guess. If we hold 479, then that's the 0.32 fib. So we have our low, high, higher, low. Hold that 0.32 fib, then it's a potential monthly bull flag. And we're still in a monthly uptrend, which is looking really, really good. And the most important factor, if we lose the monthly uptrend or confirm a monthly downtrend, it's a good chance that we're probably going into a multi-year bear market on the broader market and specifically some of these big tech names. But measured move, if confirmed, saying 622. So, I mean, that sounds, even to myself, I was like, oh, that might never happen, right? But that's only 18% higher from here. So only 18% higher from the all-time high. And from the lows of March 2020, we're up 155%, right? The annual average rate of return on SPY is around 10 to 12%. So just let that sink in, right? So 18% Not that difficult, especially when Congress still yet to be banned from owning stocks, and we still haven't seen the Fed turn dovish and cut interest rates yet. Usually after interest rates are cut, the market continues to see a bit of upside for a few months after that. Sometimes even 6 months to a year after the first initial rate cut. But as we know, 1929, Great Depression, they cut rates. Then we went into the biggest sell-off in history. Then in 2008, the financial crisis. Then in 2020, C19, all of which they cut rates just before. And this time we're up 155% in a few years. That tells you need to be cautious, right? When you got basically 10 years worth of gains in a few years, we need to be extremely cautious. DXY. So again, just anticipating a monthly lower high as the most likely scenario compared to 107.34. And then if we come down, lose that support here at 100.61, then it's monthly downtrend confirmed with a lower high, lower low. And then we would look at that EMA 12 and 26 bear cross. And again, I think once that happens, that will be the final blow off top moment in stocks and crypto where the dollar breaks down. We see that monthly EMA 12 and 26 bear cross. And we see that one final blow off top moment on risk on assets. And then we get close to potentially monthly oversold on DXY, and then that marks the bottom and of DXY and top of equities, and then more than likely going to enter a multi-year bear market. Gold still very strong though, holding up very well actually. Daily uptrend very strong at the moment, higher lows and higher highs. We are at risk of a daily downtrend here though, with a lower high and a lower low. And then that would likely signal weekly consolidation into next week. But it's a weekly inside bar, set up for another weekly inside bar into next week. And tightening range, so it'd be very telling which way we break out of this. We're likely due for weekly consolidation very soon, right? We have no support down to 1984, so call it 2000 psychological. And we're getting pretty far away from the EMAs. Look what happens when you get above these EMAs, we gravitate back toward it. You get extended to the downside, we gravitate back towards it, right? So at this point, we are now about 10% away from our EMAs. Look at the last time it happened. We were about 10% away from our EMAs, and then we dropped 21%. So if we saw a similar move where we dropped 21%, that would put us down around 1900s, right? And that's exactly where we have support. That's why you want to establish support on the way up. Even here, we got pretty far away from the EMA. That was around 8%, and then we dropped 7%, right? So the more you get extended to the upside, the more you pull back usually, right? Here's another example right here. So from that EMA, about 11%, and then we dropped 20% again, right? So it's just like clockwork almost. Another example, up 12%, then we dropped 34%, right? So the more you go up and get extended to the upside and deviate from these moving averages, the more you pull back, right? And we have no support. All right, moving along, individual stocks on the day today, we have INSG up 24%. What's going on here? This is one name that I'm swinging. Oh, financial results. Oh, I don't see any news today, but anyway, Riot, MARA, leading the bull list today. And on the bear list, CODE, SPCE, and NVDA. So yeah, I mentioned NVDA was likely going to see a top, right? We had that weekly bull flag, low, high, higher, low, and higher high. Weekly bull flag confirmed after holding the 0.382 fib there at 643. We hit 662. And then once we broke the high there at 746, that confirmed it. You take your measured move from the low to the high, move it out to your 0.32 fib, and it said we were targeting about 1,008, and we hit 974. And then from that top, basically, we were only less than 5% away, and then we dropped 22%. And no end in sight, closing near the low of the week this week. Could be heading to EMA 26 at 690. I wouldn't be touching this thing with a 10-foot pole for at least a few years. Maybe if we get down to, I wouldn't be touching this thing at all for a very long time. Might start to buy it around a couple $100, but yeah, my mic is also working a lot better now. I don't know why. Actually, now that I say that, it's back to being crappy again. I don't know what's going on. It seems to be, let me know if it's coming through good. But yeah, sometimes it's just weird. I disconnected. I think it's a dock that I have. I disconnected my computer, reconnected it, and then I had to like lower the volume on my streaming software because it was just like throttling hard. It was like maxing hard. And then, one day I just took my computer out, went down to a meeting, took my computer with me, replugged everything back in, and the sound was just... So it's not the mic, I think it's just the streaming software, because I've used other streaming software, and I never have an issue. It's just this one streaming software has a mind of its own. I have no idea. So, but yeah, I got my first Airbnb booking at the new Airbnb yesterday, and another one might be for tonight. She was asking to stay for a few nights, but it's booked for tomorrow, so she said, okay, I might still book tonight, so we'll see. All right. I do want to take a quick peek at Tesla, though, because Tesla showing, 146. Ugh. Yeah, we lost our support there at 152. See, this is why you want to avoid names that run 30x, right? From the lows of where we were in 2019, we're up almost 34x, right? Over 33x. So that's $1,000 into $33,000. You need to be cautious, right? Because everybody wants to own Tesla after that. And what do when everybody wants it? They crash it. Same thing with MJ, right? Same thing with crypto. Same thing with anything that is hyped. Anything that's up and coming, new emerging market, growth industry. PWR, BZAM, and XTRX leading the decline in Canadian MJ. And on the bullish, we have WIB, VFF, and Labs. USMJ, IAN, GDNS, MRMD leading the bull list. And on the bear list, we have NEVI, FLGC, and RWB. So yeah, MSOS down over 4% currently. Very possible that we continue weekly consolidation into next week, but key support there at 730. CDC continued the daily bounce today for the second day in a row, breaking the high of yesterday, 833. So off of the low, local low here, now up about 36%. And was it an hourly bull flag as well? Hourly bull flag. So in order to negate this bull flag, if we lose 750, more than likely negate it, and then we're probably heading down to low sevens. But as of right now, this bullish continuation pattern is still on deck, and we are in an hourly uptrend. So bullish continuation pattern, you want to be in a bull trend. So the fact that we're in an uptrend is bullish, and then bullish continuation pattern very likely saying, and it also lines up with the fib there at 950. So we could easily be heading to 950 here. In order to confirm the bull flag, we need to get back above that 833 resistance to see that follow through. Somebody asked me in my live stream yesterday if it could hit $10. Well, 833 hourly bull flag saying 950, so it could even be it, next week potentially. All right, so let's check in on the community here. And I noticed people still have trouble with the threads. I know it's not as easy, and sometimes when there's new people, it's different on the phone and the mobile. Okay, looks like you did move it there, Andy. So IGC, I'll just delete this then from the main channel. Just try to keep it clean, right? And SQQQ. I definitely don't have time to look into all those today, but I did look at NVDA. Gave you my thoughts on that one. It's close to a bottom. I'd be looking at that EMA 26 that I mentioned, but let's take a look at some tickers. Do you think this is the Tilray new high or low at 172? I'm still actively accumulating. Also, for a future video on MJ, how about looking at a ticker Oil F, the technology they patented? Yeah, we can do that, Strone. Life's been pretty crazy here the last couple of weeks, but next week and probably, let me just check next week and the week after that, I should be back to kind of more of a routine. Definitely in the next 3 weeks or so. So yeah, let's take a look. Tilray. So yeah, the great thing about big pullbacks is you usually see a big bounce, and we have virtually no weekly resistance until about $3. And then on the daily time frame, we barely have any daily resistance either, right? So yeah, 189. And we have that gap there at around 250 as well. So, but yeah, the monthly time frame, we're right at monthly support there at 160. It's a double bottom essentially at 161, 160. So we're still just trying to maintain that higher low. So nothing has really changed from last month. We're still holding that support. We actually bounced this month, so that's a great sign. This could just be that final accumulation phase and fake out phase before the monthly uptrend. But like I said, a lot of names are confirming monthly uptrends, like High Tide, right? Still in a monthly uptrend, low, high, higher, low, and higher high. SNDL, low, high, higher, low, and higher high. We're just pulling back. Not uncommon to see that after a big move and a monthly uptrend, confirming everybody thinking, oh, now we're going to the moon. They said one more final pullback and shakeout before the big breakout. And then CGC still a couple of months away from confirming a monthly uptrend, right? We still have 11 days in this month. Then we need to form a higher low next month and then a higher high. So we're at least, a month or two away. Technically, we could do it all in one candle, and that might even happen, right? Just based on how long this bear market has been and, depending on what kind of news we get, rescheduling, safe banking, right? All that stuff. And if you can just let me know the exchange as well, because Tilray is on Canadian and US, and then Andy as well for all your tickers. Just let me know just in case. Makes it a little faster. IGC Pharma. Oh, that's a hell of a pullback there on the monthly time frame. See what happens? See what I mean? Like when we get extended to the upside away from these monthly EMAs or the EMAs in general, we tend to pull back. Same thing happened here. We got that extended, pulled back 75%. Another 50, 60% pullback. This one here, another 65. So this one here, 44%, right? But we broke the monthly downtrend with a no longer seeing a lower high, lower low pattern, and we have a monthly uptrend still yet to confirm either. But we could see a monthly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross, which would be the first time since way back here in October of 2020. So it looks like an MJ stock. It's a pharma company. Maybe they have their hands in MJ. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the company, but just by looking at the chart, it looks like an MJ chart. I'll just take a quick peek at NVDAs. Yeah, so monthly consolidation underway, having lost last month's low. And really, that's the first real monthly consolidation we've seen since like all the way back in October of 2022. We had that brief higher low when we went to 409 to 392. I guess you can call that enough of a monthly higher low, but I'd be very cautious. Look for EMA 12 there on the monthly time frame, somewhere around 580 for a monthly higher low. But, again, the harder we run, the harder we fall. So it's entirely possible. Like I said, I wouldn't be buying this thing at all until at least sub 500. Maybe first swing I'd go there, and then I'd just look to sell on a lower high and then look to get it somewhere closer around to that $200 area. But, yeah, definitely not justified the valuation, in my opinion. It just reminds you of like any kind of regular hype stock, right? Even when Tesla was at its all-time highs, like there's no way that it was valued at that much, right? Markets are forward-looking, of course, but, So we got IGC, SQQQ. So the inverse leverage. So, yeah, it goes the opposite, right? So QQQ, we had actually a Palo Algo Cellular go off on QQQ. So not surprising to see SQQQ go up, right? And we could still see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross here on the weekly time frame, which would be the first time since September of 2022. And look at the volume, it's ramping up. So yeah, we could be seeing big tech really start to bite the bullet here. And like I said, NVDA is another one that's probably going to bring us down a lot. And Tesla's weak. Facebook, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, all likely to see pretty big sell-off soon as well. So that'll only be good for SQQQ. Even on the daily time frame here on Amazon, we're now down almost 10%. Haven't even started monthly consolidation yet, though. So if we lose 171.47 monthly consolidation, and then we could easily pull back 10, 20%, in my opinion. And SQQQ would go absolutely ballistic. So yeah, not a bad idea to short tech at this moment. LMT, so same thing. We're just looking for that monthly IHS that I mentioned. So I drew it out before. So it needs to break 462.87. Today we hit 465.36. So, and we're due to close potentially at the high of the month in 11 days. We'll see. We're at the high of the week here, where a lot of names are at the low. We're at the high, near the high of the day as well. So this is looking like it once more. And like I said, that IHS target, you just go from the low to the high there, move it out to your neckline. Saying we could target about 560. Palantir, PLTR. Monthly uptrend, low, high, higher, low, and higher high, higher, low, and higher high. Monthly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross, first time in history. So even if you were entering here and noticing that, oh, we could be gearing up for the shorter term and the longer term moving averages cross, when the shorter term is below the longer term, that's bullish. You would have noticed that, you know, this is the first time in history we're gearing up for a monthly a monthly uptrend, which is also the first time in history. We just had lower highs and lower lows and a monthly downtrend for, well, realistically, it was longer than that. We were in a monthly downtrend, lower high and lower low. So on this month here, we were in a monthly downtrend for 16 months in a row. And then this is the first monthly uptrend ever with a low, high, higher, low, and higher high. And then first ever monthly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross as well. So you could have been entering here for a monthly higher low. Now you're risking it, right? Now it's up almost 400%. So unless you're going short on this one. But monthly uptrend still remains intact. Next monthly support is at 1566. We do have the EMAs there at 18 and 16, so somewhere around that $18 to $16 mark on this monthly consolidation I could see, but not looking too hot here. Closing at the right at the low of the week and low of the day as well. Looks like it's once more, and we do have that gap down around 17 as well. All right, hopefully that helps. Just checking in on the other news pieces. Raj says, bring this up actually. Last day of trading before 420 and no news on Schedule 3. As mentioned earlier, makers don't care about 420 trying to take time to release Schedule 3. Yeah, I never really. Yeah, it's just like connoisseurs and advocates, right, of the space. Yeah, definitely people in politics don't care about 420. If anything, they probably don't like it, right? Fortunate, a very flat day for MJ stocks. We had some hope in the morning, but all in all, not bad day when compared to the broader market. AI is getting smoked today. NVDA down nearly 10%. Yeah, exactly. All right, gonna end it there. Do you want to just take a look at SPY here as we have less than a minute left? Yeah, a little bit of a lower wick, but closing near the low, not yet daily oversold either. So, I mean, with that lower wick, we guess we would have touched it, but we didn't print it. So, but we could be due for a lower high. We barely have no resistance here on the daily time till 520, 519. So maybe due for a lower high, come back test 500, form a lower high, and then another lower low. I think it could get a little extended here to the downside. Closing at the low of the week, EMA 26 there at 486. So, but like I said, it's a potential monthly bull flag as long as we hold 479. Weekly bull flag has been negated though. All right. Going to end it there. Once again, happy Friday. Hope you have a great rest of your day and weekend ahead. And I'll be getting some videos out more than likely later on today. And then obviously the MJ News video tomorrow. And who else? Who knows what else? Might get a couple other videos out during the weekend as well. All right. Talk to you soon.